Boom, we're back. And in fact, emotional men are weak. Emotional men are weaklings. They're beta. Emotional men are childish. They're boys. Emotional men is a plague, guys, and I know that you guys know a lot of emotional men. Maybe you are even an emotional man. You think that you need anger to drive you. You think you need passion. You think you need to get pumped and hyped. You think that there's a lot of injustices in the world that you got to stand up against. Freaking, this guy said this, you react. You're a reactionary. That's what we're going to call him. You're a reactionary. You're not a leader. You're a reactionary. You have no power to do anything else but react. You're emotional. Just look at the recent YouTube comments. Go to any video you want. Doesn't have to be my channel. Go to any video you want. I guarantee you that in the first 10 comments, you will find someone arguing. You'll find someone reacting. You can find this anywhere, and it's a sickness. Come here, boy. Here, let me show you guys something. This is a cat. All right, this is Santi. Santi, say hi to the camera, my boy. All right. See, he doesn't even look. He doesn't react. The reason that people like dogs is because if you go like this to a dog, it'll go like this, and it'll just come up to you. So essentially, you like dogs because they're your slave. I'm just kidding, by the way. Dogs are great, but they are like, dogs are very reactionary. They will react. They'll come to you when you call them. Cats don't give a damn, right? They just like, you say, hey, come here. It's like, not right now. They're not reactionary. It pays to be more like a cat. It pays to be stoic. It pays to be a leader when it comes to, you don't always need advice. You don't always need someone to tell you what to do. You don't always have to get upset when someone tells you differently than what you learned. You need just to have your own code in this life. As a man, you got to have your own philosophy about things. You got to figure shit out by yourself. If you want to make things happen, you got to go make them happen. Here's a thing that a lot of young guys do. Hey, what's the move? Text their friends. What's the move? What's the move? What do you mean, what's the freaking move? Make a move. Open. Take initiative. How's anything going to move unless you make a move? You sit around waiting for things to happen. Here's another thing. A lot of young guys, and this is why I say self-improvement is dead, is because there's so many voices. People talking, telling you what to do, telling you all these facts, telling you exactly step by step what you need to do to live a good life. And you take these in and you look up to these people, and then whoever says anything else that's against what they say is the enemy. And you become this guy that is not a man, that he's not grounded. You become a child. You become childish. And when you speak, you just regurgitate. You have a mind of YouTube and podcasts. You just regurgitate whatever you heard on a podcast. These aren't your own thoughts. So it makes you very emotional, and it makes you kind of like a dork, because people can sense that you're being fake. It is a sickness, and you're going to pay for it if you decide to live your life like this, where you're always reacting, you're getting angry, you're getting emotional. Emotions cloud your judgment. A lot of times, every time I recommend you as a man, you do this. You just observe what's going on. This is just CoffeeZilla guy, right? That points out all these scammers on YouTube. You go to his YouTube channel, and you could see everyone just reacting, jumping on the bandwagon, calling out this guy and this guy. Instead of doing that, just observe what's going on. During COVID times, I know so many young guys that got all riled up. They got their jimmies rustled. They got all gung-ho about, I'm not getting the vaccine. I'm not doing this. You just yapping loud. loud, this and that, just nonstop. They wasted freaking 2.5, 3 years of their life paying attention to the news, trying to rally against this injustice. They didn't do shit. A lot of them just didn't get a shot. I didn't get a shot either. I'm fine. But you know what? I spoke very little of it. Even on this channel, I spoke very little of it. I just observed the world. I just saw what was going on. I tried to look a little bit deeper without getting emotional, without getting angry. I just lived my life and I focused on what I had to do. I didn't react. I took initiative on what I had to do in my life. See, a lot of guys like this, man. The YouTubers, the groups they're in, they're so used to like getting advice. I see this big time in the High Thumos men's group. Like, we will have outsiders, guys from different groups, come in. Holy smokes, man. It's like they get into the group and they realize, wow, these are men in here. We don't do a lot of weird shit. We don't talk about weird, lame stuff. We don't care about your no-fap streak. We do not care about that. We are grown-ass men. We're not regurgitating stuff we heard on YouTube. So many guys are so used to being in a group where it's all about the leader and it's not about the other men. And they just don't know how to talk. A lot of these guys just don't know how to talk. They end up leaving. We get the cream of the crop. We get real men that want to be successful, that are successful, that aren't into this corny, childish stuff. We have real conversation. We don't just parrot the leader's advice. We don't just talk about what we heard or, you know, what this philosophy book says. We have genuine communication, fun communication. Shoot the shit like it should be, like men should be. We don't get too worried about, you know, smoking a freaking cigar. Oh man, but that's Huberman said that the cigar is going to give you, you know, freaking cancer. We don't care about that, dude. We're grown men. We're not child. We're not worried about our life. We're living our life. A lot of times, you know, I think I'm actually pretty certain it stems as a childhood when you don't have a strong father just to make you feel at peace. Usually it's when you're always reacting to your parents. You're always reacting to your mother's reaction to stress. So you're reacting to her emotional stress. I know this would happen in my life, you know, just reacting to my mom's stress. Never having that love with the father to just calm you down. It's all right, Jimmy. It's going to be okay. Just relax. So you have this mind that's so reactionary. You always think something's going on in the world. That you always think like you're like things are against you. There's all these injustices. Holy smokes. No. Calm the hell down. Calm the hell down. Stop being an emotional weakling. Stop being an emotional man. It's not going to help your life. You know, a girl texts you. You think, oh, I got to respond. No, you don't have to respond. It's probably better if you don't respond right away. You react with a what? Emoji, which is just an emotional response. You got to like it. You got to make sure it was seen. You got to let... No, calm down. Relax. Be chill a little bit. You know, everyone wants to be stoic until it's time to be freaking stoic. You know? Everyone wants to talk about stoicism, read Ryan Holiday's books. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Damn, you know, that book that's not by Ryan Holiday, but, you know, The Obstacle is the Way, this and that. Everyone wants to be stoic. Who's actually being stoic, man? Who's actually being stoic? Because I know a lot of these guys, and I'm sure you guys see it, maybe you've seen it in your own life, just running around reactionary, not being a leader. It's always better in the life that you live as a man to take initiative, to be a leader. You want to be like a bird that's just looking out on the world and all this chaos and observing it. Not getting angry. Not getting angry when someone disagrees with you. Not taking it to heart. You know, because you can't be trusted if you're like that. You don't even know yourself. If you truly believed in something, someone would say something to you that maybe goes against your belief, and it would be no big deal because you truly believe that. I wouldn't need to argue about religion if I truly believed it. I don't need to argue about my beliefs if I truly believe them. Let people suffer and die. They don't need to be convinced of everything that you believe. You're not going to change people like this. So there's no need to get emotional. There's no need to be led by your emotions. It's much better to take on a calm, grounded, like, not even like act calm and grounded. I'm saying just be grounded within who you are as a man. Stop reacting. Stop worrying about all the injustices. Stop worrying about all these YouTubers and what they're doing wrong, and all these celebrities and what they're doing wrong, and all the drama, and anyone else you follow on social media, and everything else. Andrew Tate went to prison. I don't care. I'm not in prison. He got out of prison. I don't care. Good for you, Andrew Tate. Happy for you. This guy got into some shit. I don't care. Doesn't affect my life. I didn't leave one freaking comment. Someone says you a mean email. I get them all the time. I get mean, not emails, but I get comments. Don't respond. Doesn't affect my life. If you are emotional, everything affects your life. Because everything causes you to react. And you're a slave to emotion. You're a slave to reaction, to reacting. Stop being a reactionary and be a leader. Stop always looking for someone to tell you what to do. You need to grow up. You're not a child. You're not a boy any longer that has parents that are telling him what to do, and teachers in elementary school telling you what to do, and always having someone telling you how to live your life. Think. Use your mind. You will figure it out. A lot of these guys, I'm telling you, I see it. I see them. That's what I'm telling you. I say self-improvement is dead because it's making men into wimps and boys. It's not good. It's really not good. Because it causes them to be overly questioning. It's good to ask questions. Like it's okay to ask questions. You're a student of life. You're curious about the world. You ask questions, right? What's the problem is you don't need to ask all of these questions. A lot of the questions that are being asked is to be led, because you're so used to being led by others on YouTube and social media, and you're looking for the way and the answer, but the way is not from them. You'll discover the way. You'll discover the Tao, the path for your life, when you give yourself time to be alone and to think and not be ruined with emotions. You'll discover all that. You don't need someone always telling you what to do. You don't always need to ask questions. You just figure shit out. If you have a problem in your relationship, sure, bring it to the guys. You know, maybe it's a question, I'm perplexed. What do I do? You bring it to the guys. Simple. You don't always got to do that. I had to figure this shit out. Most of us had to figure this shit out. We had to suffer a little bit, you know? Oh, but you learn from your mistakes. You learn from others' mistakes so that you don't have to make mistakes. Bullshit. You know, you kind of have to make mistakes because then you'll figure out who you are, okay? You got to, like, live to have an understanding of life. I just, like, it's up to you, dude. It's up to you. You're a freaking man. You're a freaking man now. This is the high Thumos. You need Thumos in yourself. Always latching on to other people, reacting, that just drains all the Thumos out of your life. All right, so just stop reacting. Stop being emotional, because emotional men are weak. Remember that. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.